part of our world, and hopefully we can be part of your world and make a difference out there. I've got my good friend Mr. Kurt Mortensen in the house. Kurt is a international best-selling author. His books are all over the world. He's I've been friends with Kurt for decades. He was very instrumental in helping me get the foundation going, especially with all the digital products and materials that we have. And he is an influencer. He teaches people about maximum influence and about sales and persuasion. And again, the person you need to persuade more than anybody is you. When you get up in the morning, you look at that guy in the mirror and you got to persuade him to go out there and have fun and go play that game, the game of money, the game of life, and go have some fun with it. And we're going to teach you about with sales. Now, sales, the best salespeople are the ones that solve the biggest problems. It's not the guy that grinds somebody in the corner and beats them to a pulp. Um, my good friend Robert Allen used to say, um, forced against your will, you have the same opinion still. So we're not trying to force anybody. We're trying to solve problems. And one of those things, in order to solve problems, you have to get through a little maze uh, to be able to get to the person that you want to talk to. And so we call those gatekeepers. So you've got to get through some doors to be able to talk to people. And so one of the things that you want to do is they say it's not who you know, it's what you know. Well, that's really not really true. It's not what you know, it's not even who you know, it's who knows you. And so that's one of our goals is to get you marketing your own brand so people know who you are that can reach out to you when they need help, because that's what your job is to help people. So we're going to be talking about how to get through the gatekeepers. And again, it's just a game. And when one door's locked, the window's open. And a lot of real estate, we used to sneak through. We used to climb through many a window to get in to look at a house because we couldn't get into it to see if it was something appropriate for us to buy and fix up. So, Kurt, welcome. Let's take it away, Kurt.
All right, Success and Money peeps, this is back. This is Sam Sales School number 8. Critical skills we should have learned in school. These are the things that make you out. We're going to talk about the gatekeeper. But first of all, tell your family and friends about the foundation at successandmoneyfoundation.org. It'll change your life. It'll change their life. These are things that'll make a huge difference that you need to learn. You got to learn them either from the School of Hard Knocks. Don't recommend that, or you learn from somebody else. Problem with the School of Hard Knocks, sometimes you just can't get out of that deep debt people get into when they don't understand the principles of wealth and success. Let's get into it. Let's talk about the gatekeeper. Hopefully you've done your homework, understand the drill and how this works. We're going to get into that gatekeeper, and you're like, okay, gatekeeper. I mean, this is key. Doesn't matter how good your product, your service, how good you are, what you do, your side hustle, your business, if you can't get through to the people that say yes, that are your demographics that are going to want to do what you're asking them to do, to get to the people that you can solve their problem, it does not matter. So this is getting through to the right person. The gatekeeper's that person that's guarding the gate. They're not letting you in the building, into the office, through on the phone call, not letting them see that email. That's a gatekeeper. So let's talk about this. So what is a gatekeeper? It could be a dog. Maybe if you want to knock on someone's door, that dog is guarding the gate. But in business, it's usually maybe a secretary, an assistant, might be a receptionist, an operator answering the phone, not getting you through. You can't get through to the right person. It's their job. You can't be mad at them. That's what they do. That's what they were told to do. So getting upset at the gatekeeper is not a good thing. It's just part of it. Even a dog at someone's house, that's a gatekeeper. If you can't get past the dog, you can't talk to the person at the door. If you can't get through the receptionist, get your email through, get a text through. So anybody, it could even be a spouse. Right now, we're not doing that. You can't talk to them. It could even be a child answering a phone. Any of those things could be, even voicemail could be a gatekeeper. A lot of people won't talk to anybody till they hear a voicemail. So what are the major challenges here? Again, this is their job. They have to decide if you're important enough to get through. And that don't let that be a blow to your self-esteem. That's what they do. They get in trouble if they don't do it. If they let someone through that wastes someone's time, they get in trouble for that. So careful not to take it personally. It's part of the game, right? Tom Painter talks about the game. And in the game, this is part of the game. You want to solve their problem, you've got to get through. So don't take it personally. And then understand, too, you can't beat them up. You can't have a blow to their self-esteem. You can't back them into a corner. You can't lie. I've had it happen too many times in my businesses where, oh, yeah, they're expecting the call. Oh, they have an appointment. Oh, yeah, Kurt knows who they are. Lie, lie, lie. Is that a way to start a business relationship, is by lying? I mean, when I get through, I know they're lying. I don't know who they are. Of course, the gatekeeper says, oh, so-and-so, you know, they said they know who you are. They said you have an appointment. I'm like, no, no, no. Why would I talk to this person? Number one. Number two, why would I do business with this person? Why? They're starting out the relationship with a lie. Sure, they got through, but the gatekeeper's never going to let them through, and that person's not going to do business with them. Other challenges: treat them how you want to be treated, with respect, be kind. That's part of the process, because you need them. Because gatekeepers trying to get you through to the right person. You want the decision maker. A lot of times they might send you someone else just to kind of weed through it. Sometimes you have to deal with it. Sometimes you ask them a few questions to get to the right person. But hey, treat them how you want to be treated. It's their job. It's what they do. Don't beat them up. Don't be aggressive. Do not yell, because that's not how we do business, number one. And they're going to find out, the person you're trying to persuade. Find the person you're trying to persuade. A lot of times a gatekeeper can tell you the right person to talk to if you treat them with kindness and respect, build the trust, and don't lie. And that brings us to our blunders. Lying. Don't lie. This person can help you. They can get you the right person. This is such a huge blunder. Or you try to not, well, just pass me through. Just get me through. And you don't tell them who you are, or don't tell them what you do or about your company. They have to weed you out. It's their job. Come up with some good responses that you're able to do that. You don't want to do these blunders. They hear from people all day long, and they'll probably recognize your voice. Oh, no, it wasn't me that called yesterday. That's a challenge. Those are some blunders. Get great respect. Treat them like a real person. Understands their job. It's part of the game. Don't lie. And just use them as a great resource. They can get you through to the right person. Other blunders, too, is not finding out their name or mispronouncing their name. That can definitely be a challenge. So take a look at that. Just treat them like a real person. Don't lie. Those are some major blunders. Other ones? Don't sound like every other salesperson that's trying to get through. Be real, be unique. And I would encourage you to take notes. What you said, how to pronounce your name, what you talked about, the questions you asked, what they told you. What was their mood? How did they treat you? And then compare your notes. Maybe they're a happier person in the morning than they are in the evening. But take notes. Remember their name. Hey, Gertrude, we talked last Friday. How was your weekend? What's going on? I still need to get through to so-and-so. Any recommendations? Treat them like a real person. Those are some of the big, again, those blunders and mistakes that people make. So there's different types of screeners. There's the detective. They'll be nice, they'll be cordial, but they're just going to try to get as much information as they can. You know, I don't know if you want to give it all away, but give them the information they need that they're asking for. Again, they're the ones that are going to open the gate. They are the detectives. They're looking for information. They're looking through who to transfer you to. If you're worthy enough to be transferred to anybody else, that's going to be their focus. So with the detective, it can sound like a personal call. Be a little warm, cordial. Be confident, too. I'm not sure. Be confident that you're getting to the right person. That make it even sound like you've talked to them before. I mean, don't say that you have, but you can say, oh, yeah, you know, it's Jim there. What's going on? Talk to them. They're looking for that information. Sound confident. That's the key to the detective. Another type is the bulldog. No one's getting through unless you're on the list. Unless you're important, unless they know who you are. They don't care about you. They're not going to be nice. They're not going to be cordial. Now, you can still be nice. You don't have to do the gushy chit-chat. They're going to see right through the, how was your weekend? How are you doing? What's going on? Tell me about the weather there. That's not what you're doing with the bulldog. You want to still be confident with any phone call and sound like someone that's important. That's key. You're important. Maybe even sound like you are an upper management, that you're their superior. Again, not in an arrogant way, but if they feel like you're someone important, that You're acting like their manager. Again, be careful how you do this. You still want to show respect, and so they do that, but you've got to prove your worth real fast. You have to seem important that person will, their life will end if they don't talk to you. Seem important. Act, don't, not the guessy chit chat, their job. Don't take it personally. That's how you deal with the bulldog. So what are some strategies here? One is to be sincere, be real, authentic, genuine, be you. Don't try to play someone you're not. A lot of people can sense that you're not going to get through. What's the fable with the blue jay and the peacocks? You know, the blue jay wanted to be somebody else. He was listening to the peacocks and displaying their feathers, and then one day noticed that a lot of peacocks had lost their feathers, so this blue jay collected them and put them on their back and kind of, strutted around, and the peacocks didn't like that and pecked him on the head, and the other blue jay started pecking him, didn't like that he was trying to be somebody else. So be sincere, be genuine, don't betray somebody. You're just be you. Let me tell you somebody that, an example of that. So I'm in my office, right? And here comes this person late afternoon, wants us to work with them on paper supply, toner, that sort of thing, office supply type stuff. And I'm like, we're under contract, but thanks anyway. And he said, hey, would you mind? Would you be upset if I left 24 warm chocolate chip cookies? I'm like, duh. And he kept coming by every couple of months, leave us some cookies. I don't remember his name, but we called him the Cookie Man. And he did that. And he was nice to the point where in the future, we actually did business together. It wasn't a lot, but we did some business together, used them because the law of reciprocity, hopefully that obligation, when you can be sincere and genuine, very friendly, nice person would talk to us, didn't take it personally, we said no. And that number two, reciprocity, giving us cookies. Who doesn't like warm chocolate chip cookies in the afternoon, a little sugar boost? And we did business. And reciprocity states that doesn't guarantee I'm going to do business with a person, but it does put them higher on the list to listen to them, to remember them. So even giving something away to the gatekeeper, to the company, to prove your worth, can open the door, just a crack, for them to do business with you. Law of reciprocity is a powerful thing that you can give away a free report, a free estimate, a free training, free fill in the blank. That is a great strategy. Next strategy is the voicemail. You can leave a voicemail, and I wouldn't leave it right away. Keep track of when they're there. In fact, that's a great tip, is wait till the gatekeeper's not there so you can get through their voicemail, find out what their extension is. Or a lot of companies, too, when you're dealing with executives, they usually get there before and stay after the gatekeeper, and that's a good time to get a hold of them because the gatekeeper's not there. But okay, a couple things. The voicemail you leave and their voicemail. So maybe you want to wait to hear their voicemail. Gives you a feel about their personality, how to adapt, what you could say. That's a reality. And then practice your voicemail. This is your elevator pitch. Call it your verbal business card. When you do get through, if you can't get through the gatekeeper, to get through when they're not there, get to their extension. That's another shot. I wouldn't start off there, but if you haven't been able to get through, that's a great thing. And leave something that really piques their attention, a benefit that can solve their problems, social validation, other people they know that you've talked to, that you've worked with, can be beneficial. An example would be, Mr. Brewster, this is Kurt Mortensen. I help CEOs who are frustrated by low sales and high turnover. I have a simple system to increase sales 30% in 60 days. Give me a call at. Or, hey, Mr. Brewster, wanted to touch base with you again. My name's Kurt Mortensen. Are you tired of your salespeople making excuses and not meeting their quota? Give me 5 minutes and I will give you 3 proven ways to increase sales. Give me a call at. Now the CEO might turn it to their sales manager. You can transfer voicemails, but short, brief, and grab their attention. Let them know what problem you're solving. Doesn't always work, but it gets you higher on the list. At least they recognize your name if you're going to leave multiple voicemails. Next strategy, find a different gate. Maybe find someone else that they know, someone else to leave a message, someone else to start calling, a different name could be part of it too. And it doesn't have to be through the phone. Can you text? Can you leave a voicemail that we talked about? Switching up the time of day. Can it be an email? And you can find out people's email. If you just look at their website, everyone has pretty much the same format of email. You find one, you probably figure out the other person's email. Not 100%, but maybe there's an email. Do people still fax? Do they pop in? Do they send a package? You got options. And maybe someone you really, really want to talk to, you've got options. Find a different gate to get through. Maybe there's another assistant of another person that you know could get you through directly to that person, and other gates might be an issue. Another strategy, I call it the law of connectivity, learning to connect, good old-fashioned people skills. We talked about that. Show respect. Treat them like a real person, know it's their job. Smile through the phone. That'll transfer energy. Don't be a bully. Again, good old-fashioned people skills, right? Smiling. You remember their name, use their name. That actually triggers a pleasure center in their brain. When they're doing MRIs on the brain, they like you more. Humor makes you more likable. Being a better listener makes you like. You don't have a lot of time here, but you could be polite, show respect, use their name, smile through the phone, have a little more energy in your voice. And again, it's different. It's quick. It's fast. First impressions are important. The cement dries fast. So you want to be able to do that. And humor is important. Mirroring their mood to a certain extent. If they're being mean and rotten, you don't want to do that. But if they have very low energy, you don't want to be, oh, it's a great day, how are you? And they're down here, it's Monday morning, they haven't had their coffee. So mirror their energy. I would mirror their word choice, those type of things. Mirror their, even the cadence and the rate of their voice. A lot of things you can do. Go back to our other videos on connecting and people skills. But that's a big one you can do with the gatekeeper. Another strategy? Beg for mercy. You don't start off with this one. This is your last attempt. Say, please, I've got to get through. I can solve their problem. I can save them $1 million. It's important. How do I get through? What would you do if you're me? This is not an option. My job's on the line. If that were true, right? But beg for mercy. Let them know, please help me out. It's kind of a boost to their esteem, and it's a last shot. How can I do this? What? Please help me. Here's some examples. I mean, you're really putting your cards on the table here. I give up. You're one of the best screeners I've ever talked with. Or gatekeeper. Help me out. I've left 7 messages and I know, fill in the blank, wanted this information or wanted my services. How can I get through to, fill in the blank, to solve this challenge? And if you were me and wanted to speak to Mr. Franklin, how would you go about doing that? And I apologize. I know I'm driving you crazy and I don't want to waste your time. How does Larry decide who he talks to? Those are keys. Those are things you work on. You've got to sound confident. You can be friendly. Make it sound like they'll be in more trouble. You have to be careful with this, that they'll be more trouble for not letting you through than letting you through, that you're important, you're there to solve problems. That's the key. You're just not another salesperson, but you're there, you're important, you're going to solve the problem. You can do that. I know you can do that. Those are some things that you can do. So let's talk about the homework. Keep trying. Keep trying, get better, keep trying, get better, improve, keep trying, get better. Hey, if they're not going to hang up on you, keep trying, work with them, talk to them. That's the first thing. Just start doing it. If you haven't started to do it, start working on it. Next is ask, how can you do better next time? If they're not letting you through and you know you're not getting through, say, help me out. This is my job. This is my career. I'm really passionate about what I do. What did you recommend as a gatekeeper? And you're awesome. You're really good. You kept me out. I get it. What would you do different? If you were me, how would you get through the gatekeeper? And you can get great information. And that brings up the next one. Keep good notes. Not only in your script, what's working, what's not working, but we talked about of the person that you're talking to, about the company getting through. Notes about the website, notes about what they said, what's working, what's not working. So keep notes about what's working to get through so you can develop a great script, a great way to do it. And of course, notes of the person you're talking to. You've got this. This is fun. Don't get all nervous and tense. Oh, the gatekeeper, they're mean. No, run with it. It's a game. We're having fun. We're doing this. So do your homework. Make it happen. That's the key to this. They don't move forward till you've done the homework. That's key. That is the key to work through this. Don't be fake and insincere. Be friendly. Have fun with it like we talked about. That's important for you. So there you have it. SuccessandMoneyFoundation.org. Watch the videos improve. Now, you could probably figure this out on your own, but it's going to take you 10 times longer, 100 times longer than just following the formulas we're talking about on these called sales skills. We all sell for a living. Parents, teachers, leaders, managers. Doesn't matter what we do. We talked about most CEOs have a sales and marketing background. Doesn't matter if you're in customer service, just starting a side hustle, working for someone else. These skills are game changers. So master these skills, make a difference. Tell your family, friends, and even enemies about success and money, and go out and make the world a better place.
Thanks, Kurt. And again, I'm so grateful for Kurt, all the work he's done with us in the foundation through the years. And he's been very, very helpful with that. A couple things that just come to my mind as I'm hearing him talk about sales. And again, sales, persuasion, influence, solving problems, it's all kind of the same. Your goal is to have a way to help people fix their problems. And everybody's got problems. And if you're pushing the envelope, that's all you do is you run into more problems. One of the greatest assets you can have is persistence, just pure outright persistence. If you have a big enough why, you'll figure out the how. If you have a big enough why, you will make things happen. If you got a big why, and again, to get your why going on, who's going to benefit from that? Well, if you can get this sale or you can get this business off the ground, well, your kids are probably going to benefit from that. A, they're going to learn by watching you and being part of that. And B, you can help set them up better financially. So it's all about being persistent. And remember, it's just a game. It's just a game. It doesn't matter if they say yes. It doesn't matter if they say no. It's just a game. And games are fun. And one of the greatest assets you can have is persistence. When people would tell me no, I just didn't hear it. No, I just didn't hear it. In my brain, instead of N-O, it was O-N, on. Oh, on. The game's on. Let's go play the game. And just be very persistent and just go through whatever you have to do to make it happen because you know that you're going to help somebody. Now, the big thing is you think this is about you. You think this is about you. It's not. This is about them. This is about helping them. When we created the foundation, my wife and I, as we talked about it, we decided we'd do it, but and we want to do it, but for writing books and stuff like that, I was willing to do it for the foundation, but I just didn't want to go out and hawk a bunch of books and stuff like that because that's not how we change people's lives. And so if you have a big enough why, you figure out a how. And then just be persistent. It's just a game, and games are fun. If I told you that you needed to flip a coin and you needed 50 heads, you need 50 heads. Now, some of you might flip the coin a few times and get tails, maybe five in a row. Unlikely, but maybe 5 or 10 in a row, and you lose. You're losing. You're losing. You're losing. It doesn't matter. You have unlimited flips. So if you flip it 100 times, most likely you'll get that 50. You might have to flip it 150 times. Unlikely, but over a large number of times, you will get your 50. That's your goal, is to get the number that you need. And it's all about persistence. And remember, it's just a game, and games are fun. Thanks everybody for watching. We're going to come right back, and we've got a couple more great sections.